This is Session 13, Part 2. Previously in Part 1. The party left Slayer Base. Aurelia the Dragoness snuck out a rare plasmacaster from the Steel Rangers. They encountered the Pony Raider known as Death again, and had a long, heated conversation about the state of raiders in the Maw. They passed through an irradiated zone, which reminded everyone that Aurelia was still immune to radiation and taint. They reached a radio tower with dragon-scale decor and an intensely fortified 5th floor, protected by deadly enchantments. Zenkarn scouted ahead and discovered there were glowing ghouls and malfunctioning turrets in the 3rd floor, and a party of strangers working on the 4th floor. After much double-checking and debate, the party finally went up to face the ghouls. A few characters have decided on pre-fight actions, and the party has just been told to roll for initiative.
Alrighty.
I rolled
Okay,
a 3.
so, what happens? Javolt,
13.
you can use Crit Fisher, but it's so freaking powerful that your cape actually kind of shorts out a bit.
What? So I don't have...
Yes.
So, you actually get like an extra +1 energy from using Crit Fisher, but
Okay.
you won't be able to use Crit Fisher again for a while.
Oh.
So
Alright.
I can't use anything to help, firelight. I mean, I can't let Codeman re-roll his try and light them on fire.
No.
Okay.
My patience for dealing with pre-combat shenanigans is reaching a breaking point. So,
Sorry, Spud.
I'm impressed you lasted
explosives,
as long
what happens there?
I got a 33 for explosives.
Oh, sorry, let me roll my...
And that's, what, mechanics or?
Yeah, mechanics.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit, only a 24. Ugh.
Only.
That's
Alright.
pretty low. I rolled a 6.
I know that feel, Lapis. I know that feel.
Well, your skill's high enough that it basically still works. Yeah, you can, basically use a damage roll from, Dal, you can use a damage roll from one of your combat talents for the damage roll on that.
Oh, cool. In which case...
I'll use the
okay.
damage roll from my grenade toss ability, which is 1d8 to all of them.
I'm going to use my Here Have a Grenade, one, which is deal 1d8 to target creature and each adjacent creature. So let me just roll that.
Yep, I did 6 damage to all of them.
Alright. Which, becomes 12 damage.
So
Why
I
does
roll...
it become 12 damage?
Because you're in the
Blood
Blood Curse
Curse.
zone. You notice that your explosion actually seems to have a lot more impact than it usually does. Bigger boom and more force.
Awesome!
We also
it's
take
definitely-
double damage.
Yeah, but it's definitely good that we got the sneak attack in.
So I
One
got...
round they take damage and we don't. I got a 5, by the way.
By the way,
I
my
will-
initiative was 13.
I got
My
a...
initiative was 5.
I got a natural 20, but it's 17
Minus
because I have
3.
-3.
Alright.
Even so, that's a 20, even all the same. But yeah, I mean, it's -3, but it's more just cool to have gotten it.
Yep.
Nat 20 tends to mean you go first.
Well, not quite as sure, but yeah. So yeah, 17, after that, -3.
Zenkarn, what's your... Oh, there it is, okay.
Oh, I rolled a 3. Like a boss.
My goodness.
I really hope that we could, I really hope that the ghouls roll horribly as well.
You also
Yeah.
notice as you enter the room proper for the fight that the turrets seem to be, powering up. And targeting you guys.
Oh, right, forgot about those.
Take the turrets alive, we can use them!
Sorry.
Do the turrets
fire
get damaged
knows
at all
no.
in my grenade?
No, the ghouls were kind of away from the turrets.
Oh, great. Is there anything to take cover from the turrets with?
Yeah,
Epic steel?
there's some desks and, filing cabinets around.
I'm definitely jumping behind a desk.
And I'll
Cover.
factor that
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Ducking
that
cover.
finds a couple.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be taking cover, I think.
Well,
Right.
are the ghouls are still grouped together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So, amazingly, the ghouls got very similar initiative rolls, and the turret's got very similar initiative rolls, so this is basically the initiative order.
Ooh.
Yes, I still go before the turrets.
Yay! The ghouls still get to hit us, though.
That's okay. As long as I get to go before the turrets.
Right.
Alright. So, and to write the damage, it took 6 and 5, so about 22 damage to all of them. They are all bloodied. All the ghouls are bloodied. But
Hooray!
as the explosions goes off, they also let out these bursts of what radiation. Geiger counters start clicking,
Okay.
and you feel very much affected. It's very strong. Not quite enough to give you radiation poisoning, but pretty close.
Is it
God
possible?
damn it.
Is it possible to use the rad?
Yeah, it is.
rad safe?
You can use the radiation items as a minor action in this combat.
Do we
Okay.
see when they let out that burst of radiation, do we see the ghouls healing, or?
Actually,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
they do seem to heal a little bit, but not above bloodied level.
And
Okay.
we're in the blood curse area, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Right.
a really good place to be able to heal. God damn it.
I'm gonna
Alright.
be busy.
Okay, now would resistance or anything like that play into effect here, or
Well,
No,
yeah.
not against the radiation. No.
okay?
Volt
so-
shouts out, take out the ghouls first, then focus on the turrets.
All right, Temperate Steel, it is your turn.
Okay, so how much damage did he take from that?
It's not about taking damage from the radiation. You actually have accumulated radiation time.
But was it enough to have any effect, or?
Not
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 yet.
yet.
Not
Okay,
yet.
so,
But
First-
there is now radiation buildup about, I'd say, halfway to having weak radiation poisoning.
okay,
And that
so,
applies to all of you.
Alright.
so he'd be like a 7.5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Alright, first thing he's going to do is going to apply the, he's going to apply the, rad safe he's carrying around.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Alright, so that's your minor.
right.
And that will protect you from radiation for a little bit. Although, since this radiation is pretty strong, it won't, there's only a certain level it'll block it.
Okay, how, do any of the ghouls look damaged the most?
No, they're all pretty equal.
Okay. Which, is it possible to get at a position where the turrets would, if they tried to shoot a tempered steel, they'd hit a ghoul instead, or multiple ghouls instead?
They'd probably shoot through the ghouls and hit you as well. But also, remember the turrets are at the bottom of the initiative order, so you basically just spend your turn getting in position for something very late. But, no, for the purposes of combat, I'm gonna say generally no.
Okay. Let's see.
Stop thinking outside the box, damn it.
Well, he can't really take cover behind the stuff attack, since he's gotta hit up close and personal. So, I'm just trying to think, how can I get cover and fight?
I can assume that you can kind of dive behind cover when they start shooting.
Oh, okay.
I'll make that assumption.
So I can get in close and then back off from the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just assume that's gonna happen.
Okay.
As far as combat mechanics go.
So what do you guys think? Should I try and deal damage to 3 of them? Or should I try and
Just
hit one of them?
Deal
Whatever
damage
you
to as
do,
many
do
as
something.
you can.
Just- Hit something.
Hit them.
Okay.
Deal damage to multiple.
Okay, so I will use crowd control. I deal 1d6 damage to up to 3 target creatures.
alright. Just ghouls 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
And a 1.
2 damage to all of them.
Alright. Just a second. So
So, my turn, right?
Actually, when you strike the ghouls, as you get in close, you get another sort of blast of radiation just by being close to them and striking them kind of, it's like the glowing ones are kind of pressure vessels, and hitting them kind of releases some of that built up radiation. And you start feeling actually pretty sick.
So that's how much time accumulated then?
About 12 minutes on medium.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just assume that I'm using the medium metric. But you now have weak radiation poisoning. Your maximum health is reduced by 5, and you have a -1 to all skills.
Does that count?
That's something I should be able to fix with the rat away after the fact, right?
Does that count combat talents?
You can reduce accumulated time, but radiation poisoning, the condition, you actually need a trained doctor to cure that.
Oh, so you're making it more difficult on us.
Yes.
Hi.
Does
Doctor.
Firelight count as a trained doctor?
Am I?
Well,
Firelight,
okay.
Basically, we need to review your utility talents and your heal skill level, but maybe. I'll just say it's a definite maybe.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I'll be able to fix that radiation poisoning with the rat away after the fact, right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You can decrease the accumulated time so you don't get to higher levels of radiation poisoning, but it will take trained doctor to actually get rid of the poisoning.
Ooh.
So,
it's okay.
But anyway, that is your turn, and it's Powderkeg's turn next.
Alright, so I'm gonna throw dynamite, which lets me hit 6 creatures, so I'm gonna throw it at all of the glowing ones and the 2 turrets.
Alright, you hurt everything.
And that's 8, so 16 damage to everything.
Nice.
Am I gonna even get a chance to hit anything?
Well, this is the blood curse area.
It's okay,
Oh,
you'll
also
have
as
lots
my
of
minor-
catching up to do.
As my minor action, I'm going to prepare an action to the moment I think I'm going to go into 6 zone to just drink the rat away.
So, you can, as a minor, drink rat away ahead of time. So, before you do your standard action. So, but yeah, if you take the rat away beforehand, you still take kind of a blast of radiation from the attack, but you don't reach weak radiation poisoning just yet.
Alright. And as for the ghouls?
Alright.
Wait, did they not die?
No, they're still hanging on.
Damn it. I needed to prevent them from taking turns, because them taking turns is really bad for us.
They're
Really, really
three of them
bad.
are like very, very, very weak, but they're still hanging on.
Couple more ponies before it's their turn. We could take them, maybe.
Alright.
Having fun, bud?
Slightly.
I don't like combat.
Oh boy.
See. So, the ponies with their sort of rotten moves. Ghoul number 1 goes for Powderkeg, deals 6 damage, and adds a bunch more radiation. You now have weak radiation poisoning.
Fuck!
Ghoul number 2
I
goes
was trying to avoid that.
Ghoul number 2 goes for Flotsam, deals another 6 damage.
Oh boy.
Bud.
And
Quit being a DM, jeez.
and you're not quite there yet, but you feel very, very, very close.
Okay, so, sorry, just real quick, have I taken 6 damage or 12?
6, no, just 6. I'm pre-doubling it.
You're already doubling it, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I got it quite lightly then, thanks.
I took the rat away to avoid radiation poisoning, not in vain.
Well, you could be at a higher level right now.
You'll be okay.
As if to illustrate my point, Ghoul number 3 goes for Powderkeg as well.
Fucking lovely.
Dealing 12 damage, and
It's
adding another dose of, another blast of, radiation poisoning. No, not poisoning, just radiation. You don't reach moderate just yet. And Ghoul number 4, goes for, Javolt, dealing 8 damage, and Javolt, has, weak radiation poisoning now.
Oh boy, oh boy.
That's what
Okay,
happens.
you know what?
That's,
Next
that's
time
kind
we
of,
run
that's,
into these,
that's what
next
happens
time
when
we
you go
see
up
these
against
things,
4 glowing
abandoned
ones.
quest. Abandoned quest.
We'll be
Hell no,
alright.
this is fun.
We can take them. It's worth doing more if we actually, get really beat up in the process. And we feel really good when we win, because we're gonna win.
Flotsam, you're
I
up.
really hope so.
Quick
Yeah,
question.
don't worry.
If the damage I took cuts me down past the new maximum of the radiation poisoning, how
What?
does that work?
What do you
fall
mean?
unconscious.
No, I mean like,
Oh,
I
do you mean
normally-
is your bloodied limit now different?
I'm gonna say
Oh.
no, your bloody value does not change.
no, what I'm asking is if my max is 35, but I've got 32, do I take off another 5 because of radiation poisoning or what?
No, it just reduces your maximum HP.
Okay.
So if
Your
we have
maximum
less
is
than
30.
max after getting the poisoning, we don't lose more.
You don't lose health.
Alright.
Because most effects like that will usually just drop your HP by 5 when it happens and prevent you from going up
Yeah.
by that
Okie
amount.
dokie.
Okay, sorry to disappoint, guys, but I've used Here Have a Grenade, lobbed one of my non-radioactive grenades at the glowing ones. It hits one of the ones, I'm aiming for one of the ones in the middle, I'm guessing 2 or 3,
Alright.
and it does 3, well, before doubling, I rolled a 3, so that's the damage done to him and anyone adjacent. Anyone adjacent.
So, was that number 2 or number 3?
Say I'll aim for number 2.
Alright. And that was how much damage? Before doubling?
3 before
After
doubling.
doubling.
3?
After doubling 6.
Okay. All 3 of those ghouls, go down, letting out another burst of radiation, and Flotsam now has weak radiation poisoning.
Yay.
And they also, when they die and let out that burst, they also seem to heal up their remaining, compatriots by a significant amount.
Great.
Joy.
So we
Well,
get to take more radiation.
So did something came to mind. The radiation poisoning that Tempered Steel take, was that before or after taking in the rad safe into account?
Oh hell, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I did too initially.
Alright, let's see, how many attacks have you taken?
He took one first when he struck the 3 of them.
Okay. Any others besides that?
2
He
other
hasn't been
ghouls.
attacked. He
Oh,
has
right,
not
yeah.
specifically attacked.
So yeah, you're protected. Your radiation level did not increase. Sorry.
Oh.
My mistake.
Are we talking about powder keg here?
We're talking
No, powder
about
keg still
tempered
gets
steel.
poisoned.
We're
So
talking about
he
tempered
was-
steel.
So
Alright.
he's like at 7.5 minutes of light poisoning then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. So Javolt, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to use Broken Charger. It's a free coin flip thing. If I roll heads, I gain 2 energy. If I roll tails, I deal 1d8 damage to goal number 4. So,
Okay.
I'm just going to say that 1d2 and 1 is heads.
Yeah.
Alright, so I deal 1d8 damage plus doubling to goal number 4. That would be 3 damage before doubling.
So 6 damage to ghoul number 4.
Alright.
And do you have radiation poisoning, Javolt?
I do have minor weak radiation
Alright,
poisoning.
so you get another blast of radiation, but your level does not go up.
Can I use Radaway as a minor
Yes, you can.
action? Alright, I do that.
You decrease your accumulated radiation time.
Does
Excellent.
that get rid of my Radaway then?
The red away you have that is used up, yes.
Alright. Yes, that's my turn then.
Firelight, you're up.
Okay. So, alright. Because not everybody else answered in the chat and stuff. Who's all hurt?
I have 17 HP left.
I have
Okay.
32
I mean,
HP.
sorry, 22.
Okay. And you have 32.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Thank
My
you.
advice, though, healing us, not the priority. Killing anything that can hurt us, especially the ones that are releasing radiation, priority.
I can multitask.
Now, Aurelia isn't in this fight, right?
Now, Aurelia and Smack Talk have decided to stay downstairs for a bit.
Okay.
I don't blame them.
But she's immune to this shit.
And that's why she's
She
sitting
seems
in the
to have forgotten again.
Of course, she'll stick her hand in a vat of taint to defy us. But when we need her most... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
She's giving smack talk just the kind of breakdown of how to cope with being in this party.
Most of which involves coping with powder kegs,
It's
insane
worth mentioning
revenge,
that
and...
Aurelia, for all her, gun-toting ability, doesn't actually have combat talents yet.
Okay. So, I'm going to use, what was it? Right. I'm going to use my, offhand strike, but in conjunction with, I can fix that, which is 1d10 plus 2 HP. So, on, powder. Don't worry, I'm also dealing damage as well.
Alright. Nice.
So
that's a crit.
So
Powder Keg heals for 12.
Mm-hmm.
That also activates my special move, which Buccaneer Blaze 2d8 damage to target creature, and that creature is blinded until the end of your next turn. So,
Awesome.
I'll target. Oh wait, can I use my combat talents in conjunction with my special moves? Because I was wondering, I also have from my fire gem, the ability to, you make a single target attack. The attack also targets all creatures adjacent to the target.
Sadly, sorry, this is where knowing the rules, no, does not work. The crits do not count as attacks.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
They are
fine.
crits.
Good, because I was wondering about that. Okay.
Interactions like that can be really devastatingly bad if we don't plan around them, so just ignore them.
Okay.
In other words, rules lawyer them out.
Alright, so I'll deal 2d8 damage to, one of the more damaged ghouls.
There's only one ghoul left.
Oh, good.
2d8 damage.
12 damage, double, so 24.
Is it dead?
It had gotten some healing from the radiation before, but now it goes down for good. Firelight,
And
did
it's
you already
blinded
have
as well.
radiation poisoning?
No, I don't think so.
No one
Well,
remembers?
now you do.
Yeah, you have weak radiation poisoning now. But the
Damn.
ghouls, all the ghouls, they are all dead.
Oh, good.
Aw.
Now,
Okay, still take out the turrets.
now
No, I
I
can't.
will use, offhand strike and
Kill a turret.
burning slash, which is 1d10 and 1d6 ongoing damage.
Alright.
So, and I'm going to use, the fire gem item so that I can target both of the turrets.
Alright.
Cool.
So, how much damage?
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Aw. I was really hoping you were going to roll something awesome.
Well, now the ongoing damage.
Is the ongoing damage doubled?
Yes. But you notice that as you try and attack the turrets, that they seem to have a good deal of resistance to them.
Of course, they won't
Damn.
get bloody. Right, yeah. They're
Well, if they're still alive by next round, I have armor piercing, so.
Well, what's the ongoing damage? So it might break through.
3.
6 ongoing.
So, 6 ongoing damage.
Actually, the doubling only takes effect if it makes it through resistance first.
Oh shit.
So
I have
the
a very,
turrets do not take any damage from that attack.
Darn it.
I
Oh,
have a
well,
quick
yeah, I can't actually do damage to them. Fantastic. This is gonna be a fun experience for everyone.
I have a quick question about the turrets.
Yes?
Is there any kind of, terminal in the room?
Doesn't look like it.
No.
Controls probably elsewhere. Okay, we'll just have to go.
Actually, there are a couple terminals, but they actually have just like giant holes through their monitors.
Yeah.
Is it just to the monitor, or are there more computer to it beyond
You know
those?
how the default computers are kind of shaped? That's basically just like a really old computer.
If you press E, nothing happens.
Basically, but it's basically just one giant machine. You punch through the monitor, there's computer parts behind that as well.
So you can't break the computers to break the turrets.
No.
No. No.
So, no, that's not an option. Zenkarn, you're up.
Okay. In that case, I will use Death Beckons on one of the turrets, so I lose 3 HP and the target creature loses 2 HP.
Alright.
Which goes through resistance because it's losers. Woo.
Yep.
But I don't think it gets doubled by the
No, it
blood
doesn't get
curse.
doubled because it's not damage.
Yep.
Come on, I find that.
And then I use Conjure Spectre.
Ah.
Because screw it, I'm gonna actually do something different this battle.
So your Spectre, becomes conjured, and
Are you gonna conjure it out front so it can absorb damage and be a more obvious target to the turrets?
Yeah.
it comes into the initiative order pretty much right after you, so.
Yes, it does.
So yeah, that's all I can do on my turn. So on the Spectre's turn, it will use Spook on the same turret I was targeting, which is turret 1, I guess.
Okay.
Which is, target creature suffers a -2 penalty on its damage rolls, save ends.
Nice.
And gives my Spectre 1 pip. Or energy, for those in the new system. And I'm done.
Alright. So the turret, after they've had this kind of lengthy charging up period, cause they seem to be kind of a little wonky as far as functioning goes, cause they didn't even notice the ghouls, but, did notice you. Their targeting seems to be kind of off, so they kind of lazily point towards, Powder Keg and get ready to fire.
Now,
And-
question: if I wanted to use Defender, would I have to where an ally is targeted by an attack? Would I have to do that before damage was rolled?
Yes.
Okay. How much HP does Powder Cake have right now?
34.
Okay, so you're good.
Probably not after this. I'm about to be fired into by 2 turrets in the blood zone.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Powder Keg, make an athletics roll to dive behind cover.
I thought I already said I'd dive behind cover.
Well,
Oh.
now you need to, because you're attacking and,
Now you need to dive harder.
I guess. I mean, the idea was that I was throwing stuff from behind cover, but whatever. Alright.
You need to get even more behind cover.
It's mostly just,
Yep.
imagine like
28
you're ducking
work?
your head back down.
yeah, basically.
28 work for you?
28 works. It fires a few rounds into the sort of filing cabinet you made, and it kind of, the filing cabinet isn't made of terribly sturdy stuff, but it means that it kind of shoots holes through, but it misses you. So, you manage to avoid getting shot this turn. Turret 2, turns towards Javolt, and Javolt, I'd like you to want you to try and get towards cover. Athletics.
Or acrobatics?
Or acrobatics.
Alright.
We have this conversation every single time.
Every time.
Yeah, my
On a
athletics sucks, my acrobatics are better, so. Yeah, alright, that's 22.
Alright. You're able to just kind of dodge pretty quick out of the way with these, the turrets and their kind of poor aiming, but, one of the bullets does manage to graze you.
Ooh. So what's that?
That is about 12 damage.
Oh joy.
And it is, Tempered Steel's turn.
Okay, so are either of the turrets damaged?
They are slightly.
Both of them about the same amount?
No, turret 1 is slightly more damaged than turret 2.
Is that the same one that's got the -2 to...
Yes.
Yeah.
But these things cannot heal, correct?
As far as you
we
know.
Okay.
They do have a pretty ridiculous amount of resistance, though.
But
Or damage threshold for Fallout people.
But is there anything right now that's going to give us more radiation, or do we not know whether these things will...
No, these guys don't shoot radioactive bullets, no.
But I mean, they're not going to give us rads when they die.
No.
No.
Okay.
Why would they?
They're turrets.
Hopefully they at least have low HP to account for that high damage threshold. Otherwise we might be a little bit screwed.
Alright, so
Well, I
who
have
has-
armor piercing.
What health does each person have right now?
I have 34.
20.
So the only one that's really significantly low is Javolt.
Alright. I am going to use Invigorating Strike on the more damaged turret.
Turret 1. Got it.
Right. So I deal 1d8 damage to target creature, and target ally gains 5 temporary hit points, which I am going to grant to Javolt.
Woo!
Alright, how much damage?
I rolled a 4.
Alright. I'm gonna go back on what I said. Doubling occurs before resistance.
Okay.
Because that turned out pretty dumb. So, you deal a bit of damage to turret 1.
Alright.
Alright.
And it actually looks a bit kind of banged up now. Between, yeah. Okay. So, it is Powder Keg's turn.
Well, I'm going to buck the other turret.
Okay.
2d8. I roll an 11, so 22.
Were there any crits?
Yes, there was a crit.
Yeah, with that attack, you nearly knock it off its frickin', base.
And I blind target enemy, so I guess I'm gonna, display that as I managed to kick its, already slightly damaged, targeting
Yeah.
system. So it is also blinded.
Oh.
Very nice.
Alright.
I should mention that the first turret did save against that -2 to its damage rolls.
Okay.
Flotsam, you're up.
Sorry, so how many turrets do we have standing?
2.
2.
Okay.
Both of them are fairly well damaged at this point.
Yeah.
I'll
Although
go
I think
for
number 2 is slightly more.
Number 2 is extremely more damaged than number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that someone can probably take out, gosh, I'm just wondering whether to make sure that, turret 2 is taken out definitely, or whether I can maybe manage to do enough damage to number 1.
It might be better to finish off the turret.
Okay. I'm gonna go for number 2 then. I'm going to use Nail Bomb, which is deal 6 damage to one target creature, which I will do 2 damage to. Also, as my minor utility, I would like to use my, Hawkeye ability. Hawkeye item, which is the Predator's Sight minor utility. Choose a creature to become my prey. Can I do that with turrets?
Yeah.
And that means that it gets an extra 1d6 damage when I make an attack on it. So it gets 6, it takes 6 damage to start with, and let me just roll the d6 with an extra 3 damage.
And that's
So
on turret
9
number...
total times 2 is 18 on number 2.
Alright. It is absolutely destroyed. It knocked off its hinges and shattered into many pieces.
Haha!
So only 1 turret remains. Javolt, you're up.
So you said my, Mania Crit Fisher was, shorted out at the beginning of this combat?
Yep.
What would I need to do to unshort it? Would that be a standard?
Spend a good deal of time repairing your cape.
So that would be a standard action, maybe?
That would be, at the very least, a short rest, maybe even an extended rest. Mechanic skill challenge. You cannot fix it in one turn. You have done some pretty serious damage to that cape of yours.
I rolled a natural 20!
Yeah, and you got yourself 4 extra energy at the start of the battle.
Wait, 4 extra energy? You said
Yes,
1 extra.
I know, on top of Crit Fisher, which I said you could use. You didn't do that?
No, I didn't. I only got 1 extra energy.
Well,
so.
then, okay, fine. So since you didn't get to do any of that, then never mind. That never happened.
So it's not shorted out?
No, it's not shorted out because you didn't end up doing that. So
No, I did get 1 extra energy because of the short out. I didn't know about the other 3 points.
We'll just say you just got that 1 extra energy for free.
Alright.
Because you rolled a natural 20, whatever.
Sorry.
Don't expect to be able to do that all the time, though.
So, okay, if Crit
Basically,
Fisher's...
don't try it ever again.
That was a mistake. Okay, so basically, Crit Fisher lets me roll 2d8s. And
Yep.
Alright.
I'm very familiar with Crit Fisher.
Right.
It used to be able to break the system so easily.
Yeah, I actually got a crit.
Hey!
Oh my god, Crit Fisher crit?
That doesn't happen that often at all.
No, it really
Let's
doesn't.
see. That means I deal 1d8 to target creature and each creature adjacent to it. So that's 1d8 damage to the remaining turret.
Alright.
And that would be
deal
one
diddly
damage.
squat.
Well,
Firelight, you're up.
Okay.
we need to kill the turret. We need to kill the turret.
I will set the turret on fire.
We really don't need to kill the turret. It's fine.
Okay, I will use, armor piercing and burning slash on the turret.
Okay. So armor piercing means you basically just ignore it for a turn?
Yep.
Okay.
For my next attack.
Yeah.
Which is burning slash. So 8
The
damage.
damage doubled.
Yep.
You, with your, burning sword, you basically slice the turret clean in half. And it is no longer functioning. You have won.
Hooray!
Yay!
Take
Dun,
that,
Ooh,
turret.
teamwork!
dun, 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 dun.
Alright, so if I take a rat away now, can I at least reduce myself so that I'm out of the radiated zone to have radiation poisoning?
Yeah, basically. You can decrease your absorbed radiation.
I'm guessing that I can't get rid of radiation by heal checks, can I?
Well, if I wanted to rule this thing, you have the one that lets you deal with curses, right?
Yeah.
Well, technically that's not written down because afflictions are not an actual integral part of the system. They're kind of something we thought of later, and we're adding them into the new version. But basically, the version of that talent in the new system also works on afflictions. And if I wanted to rules lawyer, I would say that radiation poisoning is an affliction.
Yeah. I would be willing to let that count.
Okay.
Miracle worker and all.
If it's any use, I was going to say I have that too, but I don't have the same background that Firelight has, so it possibly wouldn't work in the same way.
Wait, are we talking about medicinal training or healing hands?
Let me just double check which one it is.
I'm talking about the one that lets you cure curses. Also miracle worker as well.
The one, okay, no, the one I
They-
have is medicinal training.
They both cure curses.
Basically, anything that says cures curses also works for afflictions. And if we want to treat radiation poisoning as affliction, also given that Firelight's a trained doctor with the followers, I think he would know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that rules lawyering.
Cool.
Okay. So I'll use
But that can't be used to get that's used to get rid of the.
Yeah, the poisoning. Well, I mean, the doctor always just kind of gets rid of the radiation level as well. So.
Oh, so he could use that to get rid of the radiation levels.
No, wait. No, gonna double back on that.
When the doctors do the radiation stuff, it's because the doctors have rat away.
Yeah.
Or stuff like it. We need to use our own rat
Yeah,
away.
he can treat you for the poisoning.
Okay.
But
But
you
you
can't-
actually have to be below the levels, because if
Yeah.
you're above the levels, you'll just be poisoned again.
Yeah, you have to get yourself down to, below the radiation poisoning level and then
So-
get treated by a doctor.
What's
Okay.
my radiation level right now?
Most of you are at weak levels, usually around like 15 minutes worth in the medium.
And if I take a rat away, how many minutes do I have?
You lose about 3 minutes on that scale.
3 minutes only? I was thinking more like 8 minutes.
Shit.
If Tempered Steel used one rat away, how much of the light poisoning would he get rid of? How much of his poisoning would he get rid of?
Wait, what was the math on this? Let me double check. So yeah, no, if you use a rat away now, it'll get you all pretty much below the level.
Okay. Tempered Steel had, I think, 7.5 minutes of light poisoning.
No, it's 7.5 minutes means you're not poisoned yet.
Well, contamination. Well,
Yeah, you're actually not suffering from radiation poisoning right now.
yeah, I know that, but it's like on the chart it says weak radiation poisoning, and
it's 10. Yeah.
maybe I should have listed it as something other than minutes of poisoning.
Well, that was the system I came up with to justify traversal and whatnot. But
No,
So
but
is rat away only 3 minutes? Really?
no, it's sorry, that was for much higher on. It's actually for this scale, I'm going to say 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So I can go down to 5 minutes of radiation with it.
Yeah.
So I'll be fine. I just need Firelight to come act doctor.
Right. So, I'll use medicinal training and stuff on Powder to try and get rid of the rad poisoning.
You're also rat poisoned, aren't you?
Yes, but I need Radaway and stuff. So, that's only a -1, right?
Yeah, it's -1 to skills and -5 to health.
Did we
Okay.
all end up with minor rads, or just the minor rad poisoning, or just the ones who were attacked?
Just the ones who were attacked.
Oh,
Which
okay,
was,
cool.
I think, pretty much all of us except for you, Zenkarn.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
and Tempered
Zen
Steel,
Karn
Tempered
and
Steel
Tempered
tanked it
Steel.
with Rad Safe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so between that and the rat away, he's got 0 current, and he's got 7.5 minutes worth of cured light poisoning.
Okay. So,
I'm
got
gonna go over all this math again with a fine tooth comb, so these values will probably change.
Because you never
Oh.
know that poisoning could add up to something in the future if I don't.
Okay, so, Powder, I got 38 for healing to get rid of the radiation poisoning. Or 37.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You're able to cure him pretty effectively.
Okay,
Yes.
So-
It's,
alright, so who's next?
While you're working on basically treating the party, Aurelia just kind of comes in, sees that it's fine, and says, alright, I'll take care of this, and she kind of carries the ghouls out.
Good idea.
The glowing ones so that they're not kind of hanging around.
Thanks. Blotsam has just found a wall to lean against.
Alright.
You're poisoned as well, aren't you?
Me?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I think
Okay.
so.
I need some Radaway.
I've got 1 rat away.
Great.
Alright.
Can I use that?
Yes.
It's okay. I don't want you to waste anything.
Nope, we're
you're
using it on you.
Well, you're using this on Flotsam, right? You're using this.
Yes, it's going to
Yes,
Flotsam.
I will donate my last rat away to help you cure the party.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Now drink the bad tasting orange juice.
You have nothing to apologize for.
She, she drinks the orange. She drinks the rat away.
Okay.
It doesn't taste like oranges.
Actually, in the story, they mention how, like, it kind of tastes like bad tasting. It's like rancid orange juice almost.
Yeah, that's right. And then in Project Horizons, they make alcohol out of it.
Oh, jeez.
They mix it with oh god, I think Applejack Daniels and something else.
Ooh,
oh my.
Oh boy.
Yum.
That just sounds like recipe for disaster.
Oh, it is. It gets you drunk really fast, apparently.
Well, you're mixing medicine and alcohol. That's never a good idea.
That's always a good idea.
Medicinal training again to get rid of the radiation poisoning on Flotsam.
Alright.
Oh man, is that a 3 a
31.
day?
Or 30.
Alright. Yeah, I'd say that's enough. Just barely enough. Flotsam is cured of weak radiation poisoning.
While,
Firelight gets a hug.
while Firelight's doing all
Thank
his
you.
doctoring, can I go poke my head upstairs and see what's going on?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well,
Also, remember the door is barred from the other side.
Oh, that's right. I should actually fix that.
wait, so who's next?
I believe
You're the only one left.
Oh, well, good. Who's got right
Save
away?
Oh wait,
yourself.
Javol
Oh, yeah.
also needs it.
Okay, so who's got right away still?
I don't.
Me.
I used up
Okay.
my last one.
But good luck, yeah, Powder will give you one right away. Reluctantly.
Does he,
To use
do you
on
have,
yourself.
do you have 2?
Yes.
Okay, good. Alright, so I'll use one, on Javolt and heal him as well.
alright.
My last medicinal training. How hard of a check is this? Like, should I not bother with the medicinal training? Is that
Um,
over?
The last one was just barely at
yeah, the
30.
last
You
one
should
was just
definitely
barely enough.
bother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need it in being 30s.
44.
Yeah, Javolt is pretty freaking cured.
Alright. Does that
Now for the
heal him
awkward
or
part.
just get rid
You
of the
can't
radiation?
exactly heal your own radiation poisoning.
Why not?
Reasons.
He says, drinking, right away. This stuff always gets nasty.
If
Well, I
I
didn't
help
say that out of
him,
character. Like, honestly, removing radiation poisoning is like a procedure kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's really hard to do on yourself.
But
I know a little bit about medicine. If
It's
Firelight
like-
tells me what to do, can I help?
well, I mean,
I'm prepared
what's-
for the answer to be no.
Well, but I guess the problem I'm having is like, it's a spell. I'm casting a spell on myself.
Hmm.
True, I guess in this,
I mean, if I was like operating on myself and stuff, yeah, that's pretty much impossible. But, I mean, I'm just casting a spell on myself. I mean, it might be a little bit more difficult, but not terribly.
What does loyalty do again?
Removes mind control effects.
Damn. Okay.
So, should it be a little bit harder, or?
can't you use one of your miracle worker uses?
Yes, I can.
Why not just use that to automatically take 20 on it?
Good idea.
Hooray!
So yeah, I'll use one of my miracle workers.
Yeah, I'll say you can, with that, you can use it on yourself.
Okay. So I've used 2 medicinal trainings and 1 miracle worker. Or healing host.
Alright. Then, I suppose we should get to...
Now,
I guess
can
I
I
should
poke
say-
my head up upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's break
Can
down the door.
Well, no, let's not break down. I'm gonna tap my hammer against the floor, see if I can't get their attention that way.
You mean our ceiling?
The fight was pretty loud. You've
Oh, okay.
probably...
These
We
two.
had turrets shooting at us. It wasn't exactly subtle.
Can I go knock on the door?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
Set the
What do you
wooden
mean?
barricade on fire. Problem
no,
solved.
let's not break down the door. That's
I just want to
We
knock
break
on it.
down the barricade?
no knock or something. Get their attention. Don't bust in, break in. That's
So, Firelight, you knock on the door?
Yeah.
Hey, peer pressure.
Hello? You still up there?
You hear a gruff voice on the other side say, "Who is it?"
Well, we're called the Dragon Maulers Incorporated. We heard about the cool radio station and stuff, decided to look it out, check it out and everything. Long story short, we ended up killing the ghouls and the turrets,
Well, great. What are you here for?
to check things out.
We wanted to see if we could get the radio station running again.
That too.
Well, great. How do we know if we let you through that you won't kill us?
Because we're the
Because we're
Dragon
nice like that.
Because if we really wanted to kill you, we could have just busted down the door already.
Because we have 2 fowls with us.
Yeah, you're kind of...
Bones.
We do have explosives. We could have just blown down the door instead of knocking.
Fair enough. But
Also, yeah, Foles. Flotsam, say hi.
Hello. Sorry, I'm usually louder. I just got radiated.
No.
all right.
Yes, Flotsam. Melt their hearts. Good.
All right. You think you can, there's this huge door up here that we've been trying to get through and haven't had any luck. Do you think you can help us?
Yep.
try.
Yes, I can. Yes, we can.
You know what's on the other side? We were trying to figure out whether it was being kept inside to keep it safe, or kept inside to keep everybody else safe.
Look, I need to know something. Look, if
Don't-
you try and, double cross us on this, try and kill us, we're not gonna be able to defend ourselves.
That's
Especially
okay.
especially not against the likes of you guys.
Don't
Don't worry.
worry, we're almost out of explosives.
We're friendly enough.
So, you just gotta, can I trust you that you're not gonna try and kill us?
As long as you don't try anything, we won't try anything.
You have my word.
I promise I promise we won't.
Plus, I'm
Well,
more
then I
interested in
guess
the door than you anyway.
As long as y'all ain't raiders, we'll get along just fine.
The other side of the door
Kinda.
is very,
Powder.
very silent after that.
Damn it, Powder. It's fine. If you have a problem, go wait outside.
Is that the Raider Killer?
One of them.
Wait,
No,
he has
no.
a nickname now?
The Raider Killer.
You mean the
Who is-
one with the funny eye and the funny accent and the not so funny explosives?
Yeah, that one.
That would be him.
Wait. Powder has a reputation now?
You
How
know
did
it.
Apparently.
that happen?
Probably when he wrote a big message on a wall that was written in blood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that one.
So, Powder, outside.
Hell no.
Powder.
Look. We got out, okay?
You're not raiders anymore?
No, we're trying to put that behind us now.
Well, that's okay then.
Well, then I won't kill you.
You sure?
Look, if he tries to do anything to you, I'll try and do something to him first.
That's reassuring. Hey, don't worry, if
I
he tries to
think you're
backstab
making-
you, we'll backstab our own party members.
Look,
Well,
it's
hopefully no-
fine.
I only had to let one live who said he'd reformed, and we got Smack Talk back there who grew up with raiders. Might as well see if we can try and reform some. And if you are willing to actually not be raiders anymore, then I suppose I can at least give you a chance.
Good job.
Lotsam tries to give Powder a hug, but she's still feeling a little bit under the weather, so it's a very kind of half hug, and she's like, well done, Powder, I'm proud of you.
Alright.
This is a big step. Big moment.
We really don't have much defense besides, well, me. The other 4 took a frickin' vow of non-violence against ponies, so.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's, wow. Wow.
Well, that's the thing.
I feel inadequate.
So,
I
trust me, I'm pretty much the guard here, and I know I'm not gonna be able to take you guys on, so.
Don't worry. We're not gonna do anything.
Well, if anyone does try anything, I will help you defend the others.
We're not gonna try anything.
Can we just
You
come
know we're not
upstairs,
gonna
have
try
this
anything,
conversation
Steel.
face to face?
Just
Can we
open
just
the
get
door.
through already?
You kinda hear him some smashing of wood going on the other side, and after a minute or two, the door finally opens, a bunch of broken planks at this black earth pony's feet. He's got this big spiked flail that he's holding by the handle in his teeth. He's got a little bit of residual paint on his body, the body paint of the War Clan, but it looks like it's been pretty heavily scrubbed off.
Hi.
Hello. I'm Flotsam. What's your name?
It's Flail.
That's a very
Finn.
convenient name.
Yeah.
Hi.
You're gonna come up or
Firelight.
not?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
coming.
So is anybody injured or are you all alright?
We're all fine.
Okay, good. So,
He leads
what
you
did you
up.
try? Or okay,
He
sorry.
leads you up to the 4th floor, and he kind of goes a little bit ahead of you guys and says, "All right, guys, don't panic. They're not gonna do anything. Just and
We come in peace.
one of them, the Pegasus, when she gets eye contact with Powder Keg, just immediately just shoots up and dives into one of the offices to hide. He's like, "Get him away from me! Please don't kill me."
Wait. Are any of these guys, do we recognize any of these ponies from the raider encampment we took out?
No, they don't seem to be familiar.
Okay. So they are familiar with us, but we're not familiar with them.
Nope.
Well, they're more familiar with Powder Keg.
Hey, no, it's okay. He only kills raiders who are still raiders, and you're not anymore.
One of them, a green unicorn stallion, kind of steps forward, with a little bit of residual pestilence body paint on him, and he says, "So you're the raider killer, huh?"
Yep.
You took out the ghouls downstairs?
Yep.
How have you been living up here with them blocking your way in and out?
Well, we kind of got here first, and the ghouls a little bit after us.
Oh.
We kind of got trapped here by them.
Oh man.
So you were gonna die up here unless someone came along to get rid of them.
Or unless we manage to get into the recording studio.
That's what's up there. Makes sense.
We've been working on this for, feels like days now. Not much.
Do you
not
need
much
food?
luck. We've got some. Gale, and he kind of gestures towards the office that the Pegasus dived into. She's kind of our gatherer.
Okay. I guess I'll walk over to where the room that Gale's in, if that's okay.
All right, and you kind of find her cowering under a desk.
So is there a way to check and see if what's on the other side of there is something bad or not?
Considering I couldn't get through there in my soul form, I would assume yes. Oh, I waved to the rest of the people in the room too.
Back to talking to Gale and stuff. It's okay. Don't worry, he's not gonna do anything. I admit he kind of scares us sometimes too. But deep down, I'm sure, deep down, I'm sure he's okay.
If I were going to kill you, I'd have done it already.
At least he's on it. No, it's okay. It's okay.
You're really not helping anything, Powder.
I just said if I was going to kill him, I would have thrown a grenade or something. Do I look like I'm
Powder?
throwing a grenade?
Powder, every time you say something, she gets really scared. I think maybe you should not say something just for now, okay?
Don't worry, he's not gonna do anything.
Okay.
Right.
Just
Dude, your name's Gale?
what if he changes his mind?
He's not
I
gonna
won't.
change his mind.
Unless you
And I'll
attack me
make
for
him
no
change his
reason.
mind back.
What if I don't know, what if I like make him, I don't know, do something accidentally, I don't know, just
Don't worry.
Just stay in your room. You'll be fine. He won't come in.
No, he doesn't, she doesn't have to stay in the room.
But it's so much easier that way. I give Firelight this look like, oh, come on.
Can
I
Flotsam,
give Zenkarn a look like, don't test me.
Flotsam would like to come and see Gale as well, if that's okay. Just
Okay.
like very tentatively. And she just kind of puts out her hoof. Just kind of like, hey, look, I know he can be kind of scary sometimes, but I trust him. You know, if Powder says he will or won't do something, then he'll stick to that. Okay? Shall I roll persuasion?
Yes.
Do you want me to as well?
No, Flotsam in particular.
Oh.
Powdercake's gonna start searching the office area for any stamps.
Of course he does.
I'm completely lost. Who are these people again?
Oh gosh.
They
Former
are
raiders.
former raiders who have been holed up in the 4th floor of this tower.
Ah, okay,
And they are very, very scared of Powderkeg.
okay.
I have a
'Cause he's
21.
There is Flail, who's kind of their guard. There is Gale, who is their gatherer and very, very scaredy Pegasus.
It
And
rhymes.
and then there's a Unicorn that's kind of the leader, and 2 others.
Okay.
I
So,
rolled a... I
So
rolled a...
21,
Yes.
and she very hesitantly takes her hoof and kind of comes out from under the desk. She doesn't really make eye contact with Powderkeg, but she just kind of navigates around him.
Success, or should I let you re-roll that?
Success. It's a success.
Success.
so Javolt is going to be examining the door and seeing if there are anything like hinges or sliders or whatever, how it opens.
There's a unicorn a unicorn mare that's also kind of examining it as well with her magic. She's a white unicorn, but with a little bit of black body paint. It's actually a bit more thoroughly scrubbed off than the others.
Okay.
She says, "Oh, hello.
Yes.
You come to help us with this door, have you?"
Well, perhaps you handle the magic side, I'll look for the physical side,
Well, magic hasn't gotten very far. This is way beyond my abilities, unfortunately.
Then we should not be trying to open it with magic.
Well, we've definitely tried with more physical means, but that hasn't worked very well either. Sandstorm's still kind of recovering.
Powdercake pokes his head up from one of the cubicles. Hey, y'all seen any stamps in here?
And the green stallion he says, no, we didn't find anything in here, unfortunately. We did find a memory orb, though.
Oh.
Memory orb. Let me see that.
Uh-oh.
Right now?
Sure, if you've got it.
Wait, what did you... Oh, I missed that. What?
A memory orb.
Oh,
It's basically, if you use it, it takes you back into somebody's memory.
so
But
someone has a memory orb,
yes, the raiders do. Or ex-raiders.
but only a unicorn can use them.
Right.
That's true.
Fortunately, we have those.
Well,
Yes,
unless
got two
you've
of
got
them.
a specialized memory or recollector, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Is it unicorns specifically, or is it people with magic?
Unicorns can access them the most easily,
Okay.
but for anyone else, it takes specialized equipment.
So this is pretty much a thing for either Firelight or Powderkeg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hence why there haven't been many on your adventure.
Anyway, so what do they do when I ask for it?
They kind of look at each other kind of questioningly, and one of them shrugs, and they kind of bring out the memory orb.
Alright. Powdercake touches his horn to it and magics it.
Alright. Powderkeg, you find yourself drawn into the orb, and before you know it, you're actually kind of standing back outside in the mall. You kind of recognize as the mall, but it looks completely different. The landscape's all very different from how you recognize it. It's these It's this very sort of canyon-esque, still kind of a desert, but not so much radiation tinged. It's the old Badlands before the war. But the tower's still there, and actually kind of standing beside it, and standing next to a big old red ribbon. And there's a crowd of ponies and changelings and a whole bunch of other creatures kind of gathered around you. You're kind of standing next to it. And to your right, one changeling wearing kind of a dapper suit, and using his kind of changeling horn to lift up a pair of giant scissors. He says, "Today is a great day for us outcasts of the wasteland. Sorry, not the Badlands. Today, we bring ourselves one step closer to civilization, and it is my firm belief that civilization brings with it hopefully a future peace and prosperity for all. But none of this would have been possible without our most generous benefactor. Truly, truly great amongst all dragons." He kind of gestures towards you. And you kind of give a little "Dah!" and kind of scratch, yourself with your hind leg. And the changeling says, "Without further ado, Radio Crackle Tower is open for business and broadcasting." And he cuts the ribbon. And you wake up about a minute later, back in your body, on the floor.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, that's a weird one, says the green unicorn.
I believe I was in some kind of dragon's body, but a weird one.
Yeah, the Crackle, I don't know. I think just kind of defies explanation.
Yeah. I'm just gonna forget that. So about that door.
Oh, yeah.
Zancon, can you do anything about it?
Javolt has been examining the door. Should I roll mechanics to examine the door?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, that was a nat one.
Oh dear.
You can't actually
Wait. Can I think I have an ability to reroll. Let me.
While he's doing
skill
that.
check failed, reroll check. That's stubborn as a mule. Can I try that again?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, so 25 second time round.
Okay, it's this, basically it's this, giant steel door with, it seems to be kind of a pneumatic system. Basically, all these pressure vessels that are kind of, holding these lock bars in place that are holding the door shut. And the wall around it and the ceiling above you are also very heavily reinforced.
Mm.
And, but there doesn't seem to be any actual, there's no computer console, nothing like that. It doesn't seem like there's any way to open the door physically.
Fire breath. The fluid in these pressure systems must expand according to temperature. This was not meant to be opened except by dragons. That's my theory anyway.
Aurelia, care to test this theory?
I need a second. I need a fracking minute.
Oh, wow. Well done, Javolt. And I mean that earnestly. Well done.
Did you break Spud?
I think you figured out
People meant to figure it out that quickly.
I think you figured out Spud's whole deal with just a little bit of information.
This is why you're in the party, Javolt. Just these moments, and that's it.
That, or he came up with an idea that was better than Spud's original plan.
I'm not going to say which one.
Wow. Oh, come on, no, you've got to tell us.
You can tell us after the recording.
At the end.
Okay.
Okay, so Aurelia steps up and just kind of gives Javon a look. Is like, really? That's your idea? Okay. So she kind of breathes in and breathes into these, the sort of hydraulic chambers next to the lock bars, heating them up. They kind of glow a little bit red. And, kind of slowly but surely the pistons sort of give way and the lock bars kind of, the mechanics kind of eventually sort of push the lock bars out of the way of the door, kind of unlocking it.
Wow. Awesome.
Wow.
But then the white unicorn next to it says, "Hold on, wait. There's still a whole bunch of enchantments on this thing."
You mean the death spells?
Yes.
That's why we moved the door out of the way.
No.
Before
If we try to touch this door right now, or try and force it open,
We did.
gotta.
And I can't fix that yet.
Maybe it has something to do with the other species that founded this radio tower.
They're changelings?
No, it's definitely unicorn magic is the thing.
Well, okay, I mean, it's death magic, so Zenkarn, you're up the bat.
No, it's
Okay.
it's not death magic.
Oh. Well,
But it is magic, right?
Yeah,
Still.
it is magic.
Alright,
Zenkarn
tell me
kind of
everything you
are-
know about it.
Ew.
Well,
Between all you unicorns? Well, never mind.
I don't know, enchantment like this. From what I'm able to tell, these were probably set up within a couple of years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, this wasn't an original fixture. Someone put these up fairly recently to absolutely keep ponies out.
It is destruction magic, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've been trying to figure out how to disarm the sigils, but I honestly can't wrap my head
What
around
if
them.
we don't need to disarm them? What if we just need to re-aim them? So instead of targeting everything, they only target either a specific species or a specific person. Or creature.
I don't know. That sounds like you need to add layers and layers onto the enchantments, and that just feels a lot more complicated than just trying to disarm them.
Well,
And disarming these things, I mean, theoretically, I mean, it's doable. It's just that I'm just not a good enough magician for it.
But if the others helped, like Firelight and Powder Keg and,
Well, who's good with magic in your group?
I'm not
Raise a
exactly very
hoof.
good with fancy magic. I just do levitation. And a
Guys,
couple
hoof,
of
I
other
do
stuff.
everything from necromancy to creating portals.
Zenkarn is also
That one
good with
time.
it.
Then you probably have a better shot.
Javont raises a hoof
Sure, but I probably want
awkwardly
some
and
help.
Oh, Javon.
says, I've been studying some of the old technological magic. I might be of some assistance.
Not gonna say no.
Okay,
So-
if we pool our resources, I guess.
What do we want to do? Restructure or just destroy?
Destroy.
Destroy it is.
Exterminate.
So,
Should I help out with should I help out? I mean, I know a
Yeah,
little bit.
everyone who has Arcana and can roll, please do.
so if I use my, Destiny talent override,
Okay, what's the description on that?
I'll just
Also 34
copy,
for a base roll
I'll
from
copy
me.
paste that into the chat.
I almost got a 20.
Oh, that's
I
pretty cool.
think that would apply, yeah.
Okay, so should I just roll Arcana then? With the plus 40 bonus, maybe?
You can't touch it without
You
taking
can't
damage.
touch it, so
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
only
just
30.
a plus 30 bonus, alright. So what's the Arcana?
Wow,
Well,
I
let me know
feel
if you need me to use a reroll or generosity.
I think we're good.
Right,
I think
let
with a
me see.
34, 29, and whatever Master Weaver's gonna roll, which will be 30 something plus.
Whoa!
Damn!
Whoa!
Oh God!
Okay.
No, please tell
I'm-
me it's not. It's not. It is. It's a natural
I'm gonna-
20.
I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But I lost
Fucking
magic
done.
point, so I don't have a magic point anymore.
Holy crap.
Should we make that number even bigger?
No,
Oh,
not
Oh, I think
necessary.
That on top of all that assistance. So previously we discussed being able to re-aim the enchantments and whatnot, and I said you couldn't do that. You can frickin' do that now.
Sweet.
Okay, so what would
in-
re-aiming the enchantments mean?
Basically you could just
something
basically add basically friend or foe tags to however you like.
We
Wait,
can say
okay.
that all of
Should
us
make
are
it
now
so that-
exceptions to the
yeah.
enchantments going off.
Which is good because it means that, people who might misuse stuff could still be kept out.
Yeah.
Does
Well,
does
So
this
basically
is
you
this a
can
one-time change, or can we come back later and say, "Oh, this is our friend
You
too"?
can establish, you can basically establish ponies that can basically alter the definitions.
Admins.
Yeah, basically. You can
All
grant
right,
you can
Dragon
grant
Ballers.
admin privileges.
So basically you're modifying the enchantments on the door.
All right.
Also,
So the Dragon Maulers are now all admins for this magic door.
can we add admins later?
I believe so, yeah.
All right.
Was that a yes or a no? I couldn't
Yes.
quite
Yeah,
hear.
that was a yes.
Okay. So we're also going to make the ex-raiders
Like-
all friends to the
Mhm.
door. And Javolt backs off and says, "There you go then."
Alright,
Does it-
and
So, how do we make sure that it works?
Well,
I
we
walk
could
over
have...
and I perk the door.
That's
the
one way to do
Zen
it.
pokes the door, and nothing happens. He is safe.
I'm wondering if Zenkarn should try dream striding through the door again, just to make
I
sure
can't.
Yeah.
I can only use Dream Stride once a day.
Oh, can?
hmm
Okay.
I can Arcane Eye the door, but I'm not really sure if it's worth the effort. But I can if you guys want me to.
Well,
Nah,
I just
I think-
make sure-
We're good. Let's just open the door and walk through.
well, the idea of maybe it's locking something in, kinda, but, okay.
Javolt opens the door.
Alright, so you open the door, which leads to the hallway beyond, leading up to this stairwell. It all looks very completely different now. It looks like it's kind of made more out of dragon scales and material and whatnot, more than anything else. It's very sort of new and exotic sort of structure and architecture now.
All right.
So you head up the stairs.
Who here thinks that it's a dragon up at the top?
Me. It's probably Crackle.
Hmm.
That would be cool.
So, so you head on upstairs, and what you find before you is this great, expansive room with all of this radio and broadcasting equipment just kind of strewn throughout. Shelves upon shelves of tapes and records and whatnot. All manner of basically everything you need to run a really nice high-end radio station. It's all here, and it's all been extremely well preserved even.
Interesting.
And seated at this sort of DJ's booth
There we go.
is a corpse of a pony.
Oh,
But like everything else, also been extremely well preserved.
I guess I'll go up and examine the body.
It appears to be of a kind of a brown unicorn with a fedora on his head.
Oh god.
Okay. How
There,
did it...
there is a tape on the desk in front of him,
Oh.
with a note attached to it saying "Play me."
That's
I'll
less
press it.
interesting.
You can insert it into the equipment and get it playing.
Yeah.
And the tape starts playing, and it goes, well, either you're here just looting the place, or maybe you know a thing or two about what happened at Radio Crackle, so I'll just, guess I'll just give you the skinny. My name's, Gamble, and, I kinda came across this big old tower, oh man, it's been a while, like 4 years ago. And, I mean, You should have seen it back then, but anyway, I started running the sort of the Dragon's Maw radio around here. I did that for about good 2.5 years now. Oh God. Then this guy kind of showed up, called himself the executive, and he wanted, well, really more demanded that we let him and, the 4 horses kind of use the equipment so that they could communicate better with their forces and really become more organized and lethal force. Practically a military. And I wasn't having any of that. I didn't want any of that. So I kind of holed up in here and, well, they gave it a good shot, but this place is built like a fortress. No pony was getting in. And then the executive did something I didn't expect, and he trotted out my wife and daughter, who, last I saw them, well, they were still living in New Pegasus. So he got them all the way from fucking New Pegasus and brought them down here to blackmail me into giving him the tower. And it didn't work. He couldn't convince me because, well, I've been living in the Maw for years now, and I know a zombie when I see one. The asshole just killed my wife and daughter and then revived them with their frickin' death guys to blackmail me. He's just gonna kill them anyway. Whatever, so I've locked myself up here and put fucking every enchantment I know, every single spell I know on this room. And no one's getting this. This is just too fucking valuable. All this lovely equipment and history and priceless stuff, but also just there's a power here. Radio Crackle was big, still is really. You wouldn't think it to look at it, but so you're hearing this, you've gotten through, and well, I guess, buddy, you've earned it. But if that, I don't know how long it'll be, but if that executive pony's out there, you must not let this fall into his hooves. I'd like, if I could live to see it, I'd like to see Radio Crackle, live and on the air again. Cause man, I had a good run being the DJ. Brought joy to all the prospectors dying out here. Made their lives just a little bit less crap. But I'm starving now, and I've long since sent out my last broadcast, so whoever finds this, it's all yours. Welcome to Radio Crackle Tower. Treat her well. Treat her right. Keep her safe. This is Gamble signing off. And the tape comes to a stop.
Well, that was depressing.
Holy crap, you guys.
Powder Cake stomps into the ground at the end of the tape.
Flotsam
His
has
final
dissolved
wish-
into a puddle of tears.
His final wish was for the radio to live again.
No.
Javok turns to the 5 ex-raiders after his final wish line, so.
The leader pony just kind of stares on the ground and says, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that executive guy's been around here a while, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell us he was this big a jerk.
Oh, he's very bad.
Can we kill him soon, please?
I would love nothing more.
And this kind of really puts it in perspective now.
Oh, you don't even know what he did with me.
Yeah, because you
Oh,
refused
if
to
you
tell
could
us.
just
You
tell
keep not
us.
telling us.
The X-Raiders just kind of look around and explore a bit, and they find that there's a working water talisman, place to kind of there's kitchen, food storage, whatnot. It's all empty, but it could be pretty easily restocked. Be pretty feasible for our opponent to basically make this his home for a while.
If we left you...
But there need to be regular resupplies, though.
Mm-hmm. That is
Powder keg
probably...
just kind of
That's probably...
stomps the ground again. You just, made it a game. He said it was some sort of game, just fun for him to watch. Me and my brother, surrounded by a circle of raiders.
Powder keg, I understand this is a traumatic memory, but if you really want to get under the executive skin...
Aurelia puts a hand over Javolt's mouth.
Thank you, Aurelia.
Let him talk.
Guns
You're
aimed
going
on
two
us.
for two.
Guns aimed on us. He said 3 rules. 1. There will only be one winner. 2. To win, you have to kill the other. And 3. If neither of you are dead, within 5 minutes, we'll kill you both.
Your brother asked you to kill him, didn't he?
He did. He shoved that gun into my hooves and said, shoot me.
That
He
gun?
said if it wasn't me, said if it wasn't him, it would be both. And I was always better at surviving than him. So I pulled the trigger. He said that originally he was just gonna kill us both anyway. But the look on my face was so priceless, he thought it'd be more fun to torture me and let me live.
Flotsam very slowly stands up, walks over to the nearest wall where there's, nothing particularly there, and just starts pounding her front hooves into it.
I'm sorry.
And that's why I've gotta kill this bastard.
And that's why, and one of the leader raiders says, and that's why you gotta kill all raiders?
Exactly.
Alright.
I think Firelight's gonna walk out of the room right now.
Yeah. Can't say I really like it, but I kind of understand.
Powder keg just silently walks out of the room.
Javolt flicks an ear and gives Aurelia a look.
What? You would have ruined it.
Javolt takes the hand off and takes a breath, lets it out. Perhaps. Powder keg is the kind of pony that needs to do something. Otherwise, he gets lost in his own thoughts. I was trying to give him
Powder keg, you're also the kind of pony that kind of sees a problem where there isn't one. He was in the middle of telling us. He didn't need your encouragement, and it probably would have, could have convinced him to shut up about it. Once he started getting all preachy on him, But, whatever. Too depressed to deal with your crap right now, Javolt.
I made a mistake.
I'll accept that. It's not an apology, but I'll take it.
Flotsam is
Okay. So Firelight left the room and stuff, but Powder, you're leaving as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Javolt sort of walks over to Zenkarn and gives him a look, and then he walks away.
So, the water talisman, does that mean they get like an infinite supply of water or something?
Basically.
We should probably figure out some way to make sure you have a steady supply of food.
We're not bringing this place back.
What?
What?
We're not bringing this place back.
Why not?
Why do you think? This place comes back on air, the executive and his bunch of fuckwit cronies are gonna come back and try and take it again, and for all we know, they'll succeed this time.
Well,
We're not putting this back on air.
We have a radio, right?
Yeah, what of it?
It means if they come to siege the place, this place can send out a signal saying we are under siege.
If they siege the place, do you honestly think us lot can beat them?
We have friends.
I think we will find a way to pull together. And
We
if
have
nothing
gold
else,
We
We
have
can
the
just
Steel
keep
Rangers.
it off air, kill the executive, bring it back when his little fuckwit plan is done.
Smack Talk kind of pipes up, we do have the Steel Rangers and whatnot.
that's
Did I not just say
Like
that?
they're any use to anyone.
We could work out. I'm sure a deal could be worked out. Maybe we find out the Steel Rangers, provided
Steel
they are,
Rangers.
we can make sure they'll be good rather than bad. Maybe we can find some way to work out a back scratching situation.
Aside from which, the Steel Rangers would come here anyway. They're dedicated to the protection of technology.
I just think we shouldn't restart it immediately, is all.
Aren't you the one that's supposed to respect the dead?
And I do. I
you
also
not hear his five
respect
wishes?
the living.
I'm somehow bringing the dead back to life and things like bombies doesn't exactly strike me as respecting the
That
dead.
is a completely different thing.
Oh, please.
Alright, remind me when you
Smack-
die,
Smack
not to bring you
Talk.
back.
Smack Talk kind of looks around and he kind of looks around and sees, they got a lot of music records here. You look at this stuff. He kind of pulls one out and kind of sets it into the record player and gets it going.
Yay!
Should I roll history to recognize him?
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Or did I cut out?
Music.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Oh, there's a link.
Yep. Link in the
I don't want to set
Want
the
to set the
world
world
on fire like.
chat. I'm like 20 seconds ahead of you guys, but
Oh.
I have but
Yeah.
I just want to start a flame in your heart.
and that one is you.
this will actually show up in the recording. I should mention.
No other will do.
What?
I'm playing it on my computer right now, and it's going to be in the recording.
Oh, I
Wait,
see.
did Smack Talk have a cutie mark before?
I
Nope.
just want to be
So he's probably going to be owning a cutie mark now, because drama.
and with your admission.
God damn it, Master Weaver! Get out of my head!
Oh my god.
To be honest, Newbie Spud, I was thinking the same thing.
As Smack Talk listens to the record, this old world record, he just kind of sits there, mesmerized, starry-eyed, and his butt glows, and
That is the most elegant way of putting it possibly.
It's hard to take something seriously when it involves someone's behind glowing.
yep,
Technically, it's their thighs.
his hindquarter glows, and there is an eighth note on his flank.
Way down.
Well, I guess
basically,
we
he's
know
gonna
who's
be
the
the
new
new
DJ.
Darling, I have only
Wait, Powder
one
Cake's not in the
desire,
room anymore. Anyway.
and that one desire
Well then.
is you.
Congratulations.
And I know
Didn't someone
Happy
say that?
birthday.
ain't
Didn't
gonna
someone
do
mention that Smack Tack sounded like a good name for a DJ?
Yeah, that joke was made.
Wow,
Right at the beginning of the session.
go figure.
Yes,
We've done
No,
nothing.
it all
but
comes
get
together.
this.
It all comes together.
Volt looks at Zenkarn and says, I don't have a cutie mic myself. Is that important?
Yeah. For ponies it is. It's like a coming of age ceremony in some ways. They're weird.
I'm a
Hey,
Minotaur.
zebras have glyph marks.
Yeah, shut up.
Minotaurs don't get beauty marks.
I will be as racist as I want, Powder.
I'm not in the room to correct you on your racistness. I'm just saying you're being an idiot.
Alright.
So I
Song
forget
stopped playing on my
what's
end.
the name of the awesome paladin from last session?
The awesome
Torque.
paladin, Torque?
Torque. So Javolt is going to quietly add Torque and Lily, the paladin, to the list of accepted ponies on the door.
We really need to be careful about who we go about.
Yeah.
Did you make them just accepted users or admins?
Just users, not admins.
Even so, we should
Smack
be
Talk turns to the rest of the ponies in the room, his eyes still wide and starry. He says, we've gotta get this place running again.
You sure you don't want to hold off on that?
Dude,
Doesn't have
there's
to
like
be forever. It's
place armored like a tank, 500 defensive enchantments, and you know what? My family has already been killed, thank you.
hey, no, well,
We should
maybe.
we should try and get in contact with well, I don't know. On the one hand, the Steel Rangers seem like the best option. On the other hand, I am still there is the kind of whole, they took
People
away
say
our
they
stuff
can.
and they threw us in prison.
Javolt walks back from the door and says, Lily and Torque are now accepted users.
And you didn't think to ask us about this first.
Someone-
Maybe make that just
Some-
Torque. I don't know about Lilypad, says Smack Talk.
Oh, Lily's fine.
You need a mother figure.
Oh
I
God,
will-
no! Why? No,
I don't.
no.
You mean
This
because
is-
we
this
may or
is-
may
this
not have
isn't
noted the
technically
first one?
shipping, but it's still kind of the same spirit.
It's forced relationship.
Yeah.
Flotsam
Quite
is
frankly, I don't trust Torque alone. He's great at what he does, but he
Look.
does need direction.
Well,
Fair point.
I mean, look, there's...
Hey, how did we damage the turrets beyond repair?
We sliced
It's a-
one in half and bucked the other one off the wall.
Yeah, they weren't in great condition to be with. It's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's technically impossible to repair them, but you basically need new parts.
And would they be connected to the door enchantments?
No, they weren't connected at all.
So yeah, let's just leave the turrets out of the way for now. Let the Steel Rangers deal with it.
Well, are we going to go ahead with trying to get the Steel Rangers in some sort of, be protecting this place?
Well, we could ask our new friends, he gestures toward the X-Raiders, to send a message down to the Steel Ranger base.
Well, no, if we're gonna do that, I'm not sure we want to send the,
Powder
police
Keg
who
walks
refuse to
back
defend
into the room
themselves.
at this point. He says, they did give us a radio,
Oh, right. We can use
Powder Keg holds it up in his
Oh, you're
telekinesis.
We can use that to contact them, can't we?
Yes, actually, yeah. Alright then. So shall we contact the Steel Raiders?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Don't worry, Zenkarn, it's the right thing to do.
Powder Keg is going to speak into, start like he's about to speak into the radio, and he's like, somebody who didn't swear at them a bunch should probably do this.
Javolt hands the radio to Flotsam.
Huh? Flotsam is still red-eyed and kind of shaking from her outburst.
Is Firelight in the room?
No, he left the room.
He's still outside.
Someone give it to Firelight. He's good with the diplomacy stuff.
He doesn't seem to be too well in bubbles right now. I'll admit I'm not exactly feeling the best right now either.
Well, I'm not sure.
Flotsam opens the radio signal. Hello? Is there anyone there from the Slayer base?
You hear a voice on the other end say, "Hello, you've reached the walkie-talkie of Paladin Torque. How can I help you?"
Despite herself, Flotsam does smile a bit at that. Hi, Torque. It's Flotsam, and the Dragon Rollers. You know that, radio station just to is it the south of Slayer base? Just to the south of the base?
Yes, I know that one.
We managed to get into it, and we think we can probably start it up again.
That is frickin' awesome!
But
as uplifting as Torque may be, maybe we should try and get Moonlight on the phone. On the line.
Is it okay if we can talk to Moonlight? To get him, to get his input too?
Not sure what we can do with the two-way radio, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
And he kind of, the signal drops for a little bit. And after a little bit, you hear, "Okay, are you there?"
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm standing right next to Moonlight.
Tell him it would be awesome if he would give the radio to Moonlight.
I can hear you just fine.
Hi, Moonlight.
Hi.
So did Torque tell you that we've kind of gotten into the radio station?
Oh, is that the reason? He just kind of shoved this thing in my face.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't give a very good message for him to pass on. Well, Radio Crackle, we've got in, and...
Really?
It's pretty much, well, it was really tough, and all the magic users had to work really hard to get past the enchantment on the top floor where the studio is.
Right, yeah.
But we're in, and I think we've even got someone who can DJ. She kind of looks over at Smack Talk.
Huh.
So there's a major complication though to keeping this place running. The executive, Mr. E, he'd really like to get his hooves on this place. So if this
but
place
we can't let him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and if this place is going to keep running, it's going to need something in place where it can be protected if that guy tries to take it, and it's going to need a supply of food from the outside. Basically, we need to ensure supplies and protections if this place is going to keep operational.
And you want the Steel Rangers' help in doing that, huh?
We have already added Torque and Lily, the Paladins, as accepted pass-throughs through the door.
Well, the Steel Rangers, for better or worse, does seem the best option to keeping this place operational.
Yes, it's not too far out. In fact, that works fairly well. I've been trying to pitch some operations above ground that would be a good use of the base's time.
And this is pretty valuable technology, and Dragonsmoor would really benefit from having a radio station. Plus, if it's near the Slayer base, then if there's any kind of state of emergency, it will be easy to let ponies know.
And
yes, that is an extremely valuable asset, and I could definitely assure that it would remain independent. We just provide protection.
The condition is that Smack Talk gets to DJ, and the other 5 ponies who are here with us, they get.
He
got a cutie mark.
Oh, in DJing?
Apparently.
Huh.
He likes music.
Well, we don't get a lot of musician ponies.
Well, and plus, the whole smack talking thing, that's probably a DJ thing anyway.
DJ Smack Talk does sound like a good DJ name.
But we have
Just
to ask, there's
forewarning.
Well, I honestly wouldn't be considering it if, you, Flotsam, weren't a, pretty awesome foal in your own right, so.
Oh, well,
I'll take your word
thank you.
for it.
Forewarning, the top of the tower has a very dangerous, very powerful series of enchantments that...
Yes, you mentioned that.
Right.
Alright. I
But
will...
made sure that Lily and Torque can get through the enchantments,
Alright.
as well as the 5 ponies that are here with Smack Talk.
Yeah, that's the thing. The other 5 ponies, they need to be allowed to stay here too. That's okay, isn't it?
They could probably help operate, maintenance, operate the place, all that.
Well, it would need a staff, I suppose. Yeah. You helped us out, so I'll take your word for it. I mean, I'll have to run this by the paladins and whatnot, but I think that's probably the most reasonable idea I'll pitch to them so far, so. I'll get back to you on that.
Thanks, Moonlight.
Well,
we appreciate it.
You should hear from me, within the hour, I think.
Okay.
Yeah?
Say bye to Torque for me.
Goodbye!
Keep being awesome, Talk.
Will do.
Flotsam giggles a little. After she's hung up, she will hoof the radio back to Powder Keg and then kind of shuffle on over to Smack Talk and kind of say, "Hey, Smack Talk.
Yeah?
So, you kind of want to stay here, right? Run this place?"
Yeah, I don't really like the whole fighting thing that you guys are doing. I mean, I thought I did at first, but...
That's okay. Not every pony should fight.
There was that song, and you see these shelves, there's tons of this stuff. I don't think I could...
Did you ever hear music before, when you were growing up with the Raiders?
I don't think I did.
That's really sad. You need to make up for lost time and listen to all the music, but...
Better yet, share this with the with the Dragon's Maw.
But, Smack Talk, I have one kind of question. I was thinking, could we maybe rename the station? Could we call it Radio Gamble?
Radio Gamble, huh?
I just feel like there should be something left of him, after all he went through, for this station.
I don't know about changing the name, but definitely I want to dedicate the new broadcast to him.
Good. Okay.
Because, I mean, this place is called Radio Crackle Tower, and he loved this place,
Yeah.
He was all about,
okay.
Radio Crackle should be live again. And I think, yeah, I want to do this. I think I can do this. I can smack talk whoever I want, and no one can stop me with the Steel Rangers between me and them.
Just be careful not to smack talk the Steel Rangers too much.
Okay.
Because they might not protect us. As much as I would love to badmouth them, they do seem to be working for more good now. At least under the new leadership.
Just don't.
I'll make sure that the Steel Rangers I've got can take a joke, huh?
Just be sure to give us a call if things get out of hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll hear from me. In fact, I think I saw something around here. And he kind of rummages around, and the other X-Raiders help him and actually pull out actual radio unit. Not the two-way radio you've got, but an actual, AM/FM radio.
How big is it?
Awesome.
It's not terribly big at all, actually. It's pretty compact. Yeah, it's kind of like a module for a pit buck, but kind of standalone. Kind of fiddles with it and sees, yeah, it's still working.
Before we actually get this place up and running again, perhaps we should do one thing first.
Oh yeah?
We should, give the former operator a proper burial.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm fine with that.
Alright,
Lots of
and
nods
because
vigorously.
we're pretty late now, I'll just say you're able to take care of those last details, get the place kind of refurbished and whatnot. Test all the radio equipment, it all works out. Steel Rangers, Moonlight comes back and says, yes, the deal sounds good. They'll arrange for protection and help supplying in exchange for basically, a little bit of access to the radio signal and basically protecting it as an asset from the Raiders and the executive.
And Smack Talk is an admin, right?
Oh yeah, Smack Talk is pretty much, yeah, you can make him basically in charge of the whole place.
Woo!
Alright, so he can add anyone, he can add or remove anyone,
Yeah.
well, aside from other admins.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, and we're all listed admin, right?
Yep.
Woo!
So,
And Cracky is happy, right?
Yeah, is Craggy okay with all the radiation that's been flying around?
Craggy is, he actually seems to have grown a little bit.
Oh boy.
But, we'll get into that and such other things next time.
Okay.
Cause it's high time we ended this session.
This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week when we get to be introduced by our new DJ.